Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope all of you are fine today. Alright, the honorable judges of Students Medal 2025 and respectable all of the audience and the committee in this event. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much to God. Because of His blessing, we can gather here in good health. Secondly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Alya. I'm a fourth semester student in the English Education Study Program 2023. It is my great honor for me to stand here in front of you to tell about my speech with the title Loving Yourself Without Hurting Others. Once again, loving yourself without hurting others. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard someone say, "You have changed, now you're selfish"? And how much of us fear being called selfish because we say, "I need time for myself"? And have you ever felt guilty for choosing yourself? The world teaches us to caring with others, but often forget to teach us to caring with ourselves. When we start setting boundaries, we are suddenly labeled as selfish. We are seen as indifferent when we start saying no to something exciting and people think we don't care about anything. So audience, what the difference is between self-love and selfishness? Based on Ernest from 1956 on his book with the title The Art of Loving concludes that self-love is when you value yourself without putting others down. Self-love is when you can say, "Sorry, I need time for myself," without feeling guilty. And self-love is when you can set the boundaries because you know that you are also human and deserve happiness. How about selfishness? On the other hand, based on Oxford English Dictionary, 1928 concludes that selfishness is when someone just cares with themselves and doesn't care how the people feel it. Selfishness is when someone demands attention without want to listen, and selfishness is when someone takes without ever giving. Ladies and gentlemen, I will give you a story about a girl named Catherine. But before that, disclaimer, the name in this story just for provide an example case without offending anyone, right? Okay, Catherine is a girl who is always there for everyone. If her friend needs help, she will come even when she is tired or exhausted. If her family asks for something, she will do it even when she is crying or sad. She believes that putting herself first is an act of selfish. She works hard to realize the people's expectations of her. Because of that, she doesn't know that her body is tired and frustration. Until one day, she experiences burnout. It happened because she doesn't know when to stop. And do you know, she doesn't have a brace to say no for people requests because she afraid that people leave her, bully her, or maybe get angry. One day, her body is surrendered. She becomes sick, not only physically but also mentally. Do you know? Nothing one cares with her. Because why? Because she is busy to making all of the people happy, but she forget how to make herself happy. Until in the end of the story, finally she can say, "Sorry, I need time for myself." Do you know people tell her, "You have changed, now you're selfish." Dear audience, do you think Catherine is selfish? No. I think she just tired and frustration about all of the condition, and nothing one care with her. Ladies and gentlemen, self-love is balance. Loving yourself doesn't mean you stop to care with others, but you start to caring with yourself. Loving yourself doesn't mean you always say no in all of the conditions, but you know when you say yes without hurting yourself. Loving yourself not just about you putting yourself first in all of the time, but you know when you say yes, and it is about understanding that you are also human as important as everyone else. So, don't be afraid to set the boundaries, don't be afraid to say, "Sorry, I need time for myself." Because why? Because the world doesn't need more people who are busy to making all of the people happy, but the world needs more people who are happy, who love themselves so they can love others more sincerely, right? Okay, audience, I think that's all for me. I hope this message can inspire you to love yourself without hurting others, right? Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you and have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.